a Title I, Pisgah High School in Rankin County. Then I will be leaving, and Chris and I are actually going to switch schools. I'm in a Title I 2A school. I'll be going to a 6A school, the highest socioeconomic school in the district. So just to see the differences, and we'll go over that.
Opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm in the program with Heather right now. I actually started out in advertising, graphic design. I was outside the education world. My wife is a teacher, always has been, and after we got married, I started watching her teach and see the things that she was doing, and got interested in teaching, fell in love with it. So I went through an alternative route program in Colorado and taught out there for 2 years, 3 years, and then we moved back here to family, originally from Mississippi. So I came back here, got a job, started teaching in Rankin County. Had been there for 3 years, and then got accepted into the Principal Corps program. So.
And today we're just going to tell you about the Principal Corps. And you know, on the way up here, we were talking about it, and we've all known each other for a really long time. Him and I were team teachers for what, 3 years.
Yeah.
Heather and I, we went to high school together. We went to undergrad together, grad school. So we all know each other pretty well. We were talking on the way up here. Honestly, our program, I feel bad for the other programs because Principal Corps sells itself. If you haven't already heard, you're going to hear it today. Principal Corps will sell itself. The benefits are huge. I wanted to start today, and it's not. This is not going to be a horrible, drawn-out presentation, I promise. We're going to take a few minutes to show you some things about Principal Corps and tell you some things about Principal Corps, our own personal thoughts and opinions, and some of the perks about Principal Corps, with hopes that you'll apply and hopefully get in. Hopefully get in. It's just that good. I want to get a feel. I know you teach 5th grade. I'm not going to sit there and make y'all tell you your names. I just want to know more like where you're coming from, because if there's elementary people in the class, ladies, there's like they think, oh, look at his elbow bag. While the high school people are like, you know what? Let's just hurry and get out of here. You know, I know there's a difference. I know there's a difference, and that's fine. I know you do 5th grade. What do you teach?
I teach high school math.
High school math. Excellent, excellent. What grades?
8th through 12th.
God bless you.
Ooh, yeah.
God bless you. God bless you. Someone stopped me in the hall the other day and said, Mr. Price, can you show me the correct way to convert a fraction to a decimal? And I said, that's an excellent question. And we did, and I was right. I was so proud of myself. So God bless you for doing it. Man, what about you in the back?
First grade bilingual.
First grade bilingual. Oh my gosh. First grade. If I had first grade to do over again, I tell everybody I'd get a green and khaki striped shirt, and I'd dress myself up just like Steve every day. I would, just because I could think I could pull it off.
I teach 6th and 7th grade math.
6th and 7th grade math. That's still another challenging year. What about you, sir?
Kindergarten.
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 Excellent. Those are my people, man. Those are my people. They really are.
Wow.
My school is a 3 through. You know, y'all are both in high school. I'm in a 3 through 6. And you know what I tell people? Yeah, I said, these are my people. You'd be surprised, even the 3rd through 6th graders, especially the 6th graders. That's who they grew up with.
Right.
They don't make fun. They love it. That's Elmo. They think it's great. And I'm really glad. That's why I know how to relate to the group a little bit better. Principal Corps was founded by a group of like-minded people at Ole Miss who finally said, you know what? Schools in Mississippi aren't improving the way we want. I don't want to say aren't getting any better because I'm a very positive guy. They're not improving the way we want. We all know what it really means. And they wanted to find a way, you know, the school is only as good as its leader. And if we keep training our leaders the same way and expecting different results, that's insanity. It's not going to happen. So they got together and they said, we're going to find a different way to train our school leaders. And we wouldn't have this if it wasn't for, I always call him Uncle Jim, but Jim Barksdale, the founder of Netscape. He is actually basically the person who's funded this program. And I want you to hear just a little bit from Mr. Barksdale, kind of what he thinks the principal, how important it is, and the expectations he has for it. I'm a tech geek too, so I'm proud I was able to get this set up. Boom.
The thing we've learned at Barksdale Reading Institute is no school can be any better than its principal. And we see that all over. A really good principal has a lot to do with the success of his or her school. In the hiring and retention of staff, teachers, administrators, in the process of delivering education, in the discipline of delivering the education product, and in the overall personality of a school. We're winners or we're losers. We care or we don't care. We're there for the children or we're not. Those are all driven, in my opinion, and I think I can back this up with our rather good objective analysis of hundreds of Mississippi schools. They're all driven by the quality of the leadership of a great principal.
And I wanted y'all just to hear that, just because he is still really a big part of the program that we go through at Ole Miss. I know he's a very busy guy. He's all over the place all the time. But we do still get to see, I call him Uncle Jim, just a joke. I never said it to his face. I'm completely scared and intimidated by the man. But he's very friendly, very intelligent, and really cares, honestly, about the program and seeing it succeed. I'm just going to pop this up and just let it run through while we're sitting here talking. Excellent. Hopefully it'll do what I want it to do. Very good. I wanted to start just for a few minutes, though, and tell you a little bit about Principal Corps, and then tell you, honestly, what it was for me. And I may have said this to you guys once or twice, because we've known each other for a while, and I tell people all the time that Principal Corps was a life changer for me. And it honestly was, and I'm going to tell you why. I was teaching 5th grade at Highland Bluff Elementary, and I remember because this happened the other day. We got a list of teachers who needed to recertify or renew their certificates, and I had a total flashback to the day when I saw mine. I was like, oh man, I got mine, and I went to look to see how many CEUs I had, and I had like 6 out of the 10. I needed 4 in a really short period of time, and I went to my principal, and well, we had this training. We can't send you that. You know how to do that. Then we had this training, and I'm not going to waste time and money sending you to that because you know how to do that too. And she said, why don't you just go back to school? Great point, great question. I was like, okay, sure, why not? Well, I was the sole breadwinner of a family for 5, 2 children severely autistic. My wife stays at home and takes care of them. I wanted to go back to school. We had plans to go back to school, you know, and it would be a wonderful thing for us. I wasn't going to be able to make that happen anytime soon. Not financially, not credibly, all right? Not with my second job. I'd have to get a 3rd job to afford that, okay? It wasn't going to happen, okay? 3 days later, I had a pamphlet end up in my box. I had a pamphlet end up in my box telling me about Principal Corps. Deadline for the first group was Monday. That was a Friday afternoon. I went home, wrote all the essays, filled out all the paperwork, signed up to take the GRE, and called the lady who was the director, and please, 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 I know it's late, I won't be able to take the GRE in time. She understood. Bang. I put a lot into it, but I was able to get in. There's an interview process. There was a whole, we had to go through, jump through some hoops, interviews, phone interviews. You have to go and sit in front of a panel. And I was ignorant at the time. I didn't know who Dr. Burnham and Bartsdale were, and they were on my interview panel when they tried to decide. But they took me into this program. They chose me 1 out of 10. And it changed my life. Because not only did I get to get the education, I got an education at the University of Mississippi. Okay, it's one of the best schools in the state for a reason. Okay, the bear stuff aside, it's one of the best schools in the state for a reason. I'm recording, so Dr. McClellan even said that. It is for a reason, and you know what? I was blessed with an opportunity because, and we'll explain the benefits more in detail, if you get in and when you get accepted to the Principal Corps, they pay for everything. Everything. Except for your gas up here, but they pay for that too, basically. All right, and I wanted to let Heather take a minute or two to tell you more about the coursework and some of the things you have to do while you're on campus and when you're on campus, and basically how it works.
Well, this past summer was Monica, our first time. You're there. You do live in Oxford, or if you live within driving distance. I lived up there the whole month of June. You take 6 hours in the summer. The coursework, what it is it's theory, but then with your internship, everything you learn, you're going, oh, that makes sense. I see why this principal does that. Or, you know, you may be working your school and go, I don't know why my principal makes that decision. Well, you start seeing that as by what we do case studies. We go through this semester, we've been looking at how teachers are evaluated, how schools are evaluated. We've learned law. We learned all the school law, what's expected, you know, how can you suspend someone, what are the legalities to, you know, anything happening within your school. You take 9 hours through the fall semester. It's online courses, and you meet in Oxford every 3 weeks. You go up there, you spend the night. They pay for you to spend the night. They pay for your food.
At the end.
They pay for everything. Yeah, at the end on
Oxford.
Yeah, you stay in a hotel right there on campus, and you stay there. You walk, you know, to class. In the spring, we'll take 9 more hours. Your internship also counts as 6, so it's part of your hours with that. We will go back in June, live again on campus. We will have a real life situation research project for our final. Last year they had to come up with a standards-based report card for Bramlett Elementary.
And they've actually got approval from their